This is question 6 of the Business Applications of Integration assignment. Find the consumer surplus and the producer surplus at the equilibrium price level for the given price demand and price supply equations. Include a graph that identifies the consumer surplus and producer surplus. Round all values to the nearest integer. So we have a linear demand function and an exponential supply function. We're going to start a new problem, doc 412 for a graph. Since this is supply and demand, I'm going to call this d of x for demand 80 minus 0.06x. Then another function immediately, I'm going to call this s of x for supply. And that's going to be 20 times e to the power of 0.001x. And I'm going to go to the calculator page, set those equal to each other, menu 3, 1 for solve, demand of x equals supply of x, comma, x. So I get my quantity of 677, and then I can find out the equilibrium price by putting 677 into either function. So to the nearest dollar, it's 39. Go back to the graph, and I kind of know how to set the window. Menu 4, 1, we'll go negative 200 to 1200, roughly doubling the equilibrium amount and putting in tick marks every 100, and then I'm going to go negative 20 to 100 by tens. So I get a pretty good window there. There's my supply curve. And I'm going to go ahead and get this even though we know what the intersection is, 6, 4. And now we have the number sitting right there in front of us. So it says nearest integer, so I'm going to put in, I want a red function, so I went to F2, putting in 39. And my consumer surplus is going to be this area. Menu 6, 8, that graph, and we're going to go 0 to 677, enter. So $14,007, 14,007. Fantastic. And then the producer surplus, this region, menu 6, 8, this function, 0, enter 677, enter 7047, so 7,047. Check answer. Okay, not a disaster. We're going to do it in the calculator. So menu, or shift plus 0, tab 677. And my upper function is F2, the horizontal line, then minus the supply function, tab X. We should be getting a little bit different number, so let's try 7,044. And that's good. And then all three of these look entirely plausible. So let's look back at our graph. And they're doing 0 to 150 and 0 to 700, although this one, okay, let's see, we're hitting the y-intercept there at 80. That looks like 80. Okay, this has got to be it because the y-intercept is 80 there for the linear demand function. Final check, and that concludes this video.